Welcome to the YouTube channel, Captivating Home, where we explore the beauty, warmth, and unique stories behind charming homes around the world. Today, we're stepping into the world of a tiny English cottage, a place where cozy corners, rustic charm, and timeless design come together to inspire a slower, more intentional way of living. The cozy magic of a tiny English cottage is more than just about walls and windows. It's about the atmosphere, the details, and the sense of peace it brings to everyday life. Before we dive into this enchanting journey, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community of home lovers. One, the timeless charm of stone walls and thatched roofs. The first thing that captures your heart in a tiny English cottage is its timeless exterior. Stone walls, weathered by centuries of history, tell stories of generations who found warmth and comfort within. A thatched roof, skillfully crafted, not only adds to the cottage's fairy tale appearance, but also represents a tradition of sustainable building that has stood the test of time. These features make the home feel rooted, secure, and endlessly inviting. Stepping closer, you notice the little details, the uneven textures of the stones, the earthy tones of the thatch, and perhaps a creeping ivy making its way across the facade. It feels like the cottage has grown naturally from the earth itself, blending seamlessly with the surrounding countryside. This harmony between home and nature is what makes it a perfect inspiration for slow living, reminding us to cherish connections with our environment. 2. Cozy fireplaces that warm the soul. Inside every tiny English cottage, the fireplace is often the heart of the home. The crackling of logs, the gentle glow of the flames, and the warmth that spreads through the room create an atmosphere that instantly makes you want to slow down. It's a place to gather with loved ones, sip tea, and let conversations flow without the distractions of modern technology. 'The fireplace also symbolizes a return to simpler rituals, stacking wood, kindling a fire, and enjoying its steady burn throughout the evening. It transforms an ordinary evening into something special, anchoring the home with a sense of timeless comfort. For anyone seeking inspiration for slow living, this centerpiece offers a beautiful reminder that true luxury often lies in the simplest experiences. 3. The heartfelt kitchen with rustic details. A tiny English cottage kitchen is a space where rustic charm meets practicality. Wooden beams overhead, open shelves filled with jars of preserves, and a sturdy farmhouse table create an environment that feels warm and welcoming. This kitchen is not about sleek gadgets or high-tech finishes, but about creating meals with love, surrounded by character and tradition. What makes the cottage kitchen magical is how it encourages slower, more mindful cooking. You might spend time kneading bread by hand, gathering herbs from the garden, or enjoying the rhythm of preparing food without rushing. It's a space that transforms daily chores into acts of joy, embodying the essence of slow living and reminding us that nourishment comes not just from food, but from the way we create it. Four, quaint bedrooms designed for rest. In a tiny English cottage, bedrooms are often modest in size but overflowing with charm. Low ceilings, exposed beams, and vintage linens create a cozy nest that encourages deep rest. The simplicity of these rooms fosters an atmosphere where sleep becomes sacred, a time to truly restore and recharge. 'Unlike modern spaces designed for multitasking, cottage bedrooms invite you to slow down. A patchwork quilt, a window looking out onto the garden, and the quiet hum of the countryside all work together to create a sense of calm. These spaces remind us that rest is an essential part of slow living and that true comfort doesn't come from excess, but from intentional simplicity. Five, the garden as a living extension. No tiny English cottage feels complete without its surrounding garden. Overflowing with flowers, herbs, and perhaps a vegetable patch, the garden is an essential extension of the home. It provides not only beauty but also nourishment, allowing homeowners to connect directly with the cycles of nature. Time spent in the garden, whether planting, tending, or simply enjoying the blooms, becomes a meditative act. The garden teaches patience, care, and gratitude, embodying the very spirit of slow living. Just like the cottage itself, it whispers a reminder that happiness often comes from nurturing what we love with our own hands. Six. Nooks and corners full of personality. Every tiny English cottage is filled with delightful little nooks, spaces where character truly shines. A built-in window seat, a tucked-away reading corner, or a narrow hallway lined with vintage photos adds layers of personality to the home. These corners become intimate sanctuaries where daily life feels special. Unlike modern, uniform spaces, cottages embrace imperfection and uniqueness. A slanted ceiling here, a crooked doorway there, these quirks make the home feel alive. For anyone seeking slow living inspiration, these details teach us that beauty is not found in perfection but in embracing what is authentic, personal, and real. Seven. The invitation of natural light. Though tiny, English cottages make the most of natural light. Sunlight streaming through small, leaded windows creates patterns that dance across wooden floors and stone walls. These simple beams of light transform the cottage into a living, breathing space, where every hour of the day feels distinct and meaningful. Natural light also enhances the cozy atmosphere, offering warmth without excess and highlighting the textures that make the cottage unique. It encourages homeowners to live with the rhythm of the day, waking with the sun, savoring the glow of dusk, and resting when night falls. This gentle flow is at the heart of slow living, reminding us to align with nature's pace. 8. A slower rhythm of daily life. Perhaps the greatest magic of a tiny English cottage is how it changes the rhythm of everyday life. Living in such a space naturally slows you down, inviting you to savor each moment, whether that's making tea, reading by the fire, or tending to the garden. The home becomes a gentle guide toward more intentional living. Instead of rushing through tasks, life in a cottage encourages presence and mindfulness. Small rituals become meaningful, and the simple surroundings remind us of what truly matters. This slower rhythm is not about doing less, but about finding joy and depth in the little things, a lesson that tiny English cottages so beautifully embody. Nine. Handcrafted furniture and vintage treasures. Within a tiny English cottage, every piece of furniture tells a story. From handcrafted wooden chairs polished smooth by generations of use to vintage trunks repurposed as tables, these pieces bring soul and authenticity into the space. Unlike mass-produced items, each object carries character, texture, and a sense of history that fits perfectly into the cozy atmosphere. The inclusion of vintage treasures adds warmth, making the home feel curated rather than decorated. A mismatched set of teacups, a weathered bookcase, or a handmade quilt brings individuality and meaning. This collection of items reflects a slow living mindset, where possessions are cherished not for their price but for the stories and comfort they bring into daily life. The role of seasonal living. Life in a tiny English cottage naturally aligns with the changing seasons. In spring, flowers bloom in window boxes, while summer invites open doors and the scent of fresh herbs drifting inside. Autumn brings golden leaves and harvest feasts, and winter wraps the home in the comfort of roaring fires and warm blankets. Each season shapes the rhythm of daily life. Seasonal living nurtures appreciation for small changes, a shift in the light, the return of migrating birds, or the first frost on the garden. This awareness deepens our connection to nature and grounds us in the present moment. In embracing seasonal rhythms, cottage life beautifully demonstrates how slow living encourages harmony between home and the natural world. (11) The importance of storytelling spaces. In a tiny English cottage, every corner seems designed to spark conversation. Whether it's the fireside with family sharing tales, or a cozy nook where stories are read aloud, these spaces cultivate connection. Storytelling becomes not just entertainment, but a cherished ritual that strengthens bonds across generations. The walls themselves seem to hold stories, layered with memories of those who came before. Guests who enter are not only welcomed into a home, but into a narrative woven with history and tradition. This storytelling atmosphere is part of the cottage's cozy magic, reminding us that slow living is also about nurturing relationships and sharing our lives meaningfully. (12) Windows framing the countryside. One of the most enchanting features of a tiny English cottage is the way its windows frame the outside world. Looking out, you may see rolling fields, wildflowers, or winding stone paths. These views bring a constant reminder of the beauty beyond the walls, turning even the smallest cottage into a gateway to the countryside. The simplicity of these windows allows you to pause and truly notice the details. The morning mist rising, the golden glow of sunset, or raindrops sliding down the glass. It's a visual invitation to slow down and savor life as it unfolds. Each glance outside becomes a moment of mindfulness, perfectly aligned with the spirit of slow living. 13. Simple rituals of daily life. The cozy magic of a tiny English cottage lies in the rituals of daily life. Brewing tea in a beloved pot, writing letters by hand, or enjoying breakfast in a sunlit corner transforms ordinary routines into sources of joy. These acts become grounding traditions that celebrate simplicity. Instead of rushing, each task is performed with care and intention. This pace turns chores into experiences that nourish the soul as much as they maintain the home. Simple rituals like these remind us that slow living isn't about changing everything, but about cherishing the details that make each day feel meaningful. (14) The power of quiet and solitude. Tiny English cottages often stand in serene villages or countryside settings, where quiet reigns supreme. This silence is not emptiness but a soothing presence that encourages reflection and peace. It is in this stillness that the mind finds clarity and the heart feels restored. Solitude in a cottage isn't about isolation but about reconnecting with yourself. It allows moments of stillness where creativity blossoms and stress melts away. This quiet magic is an essential part of slow living, offering space to breathe deeply, think clearly, and simply be. (15) A home that inspires creativity. Many find that life in a tiny English cottage sparks creativity. Surrounded by natural beauty, historic architecture, and a cozy atmosphere, inspiration flows freely. Whether it's painting, writing, or gardening, the environment encourages artistic expression as a natural extension of daily living. The cottage itself becomes a muse. Its textures, its light, its timeless character all stir the imagination. Slow living here fosters creativity not through pressure but through gentle encouragement, reminding us that artistry often emerges from a space where simplicity and inspiration coexist. Conclusion: the gentle invitation of cottage life. The cozy magic of a tiny English cottage is more than design or style, it's a way of living. From stone walls and rustic kitchens to gardens and storytelling spaces, every detail invites us to embrace slow living. These homes teach us that beauty lies in simplicity, joy is found in small rituals, and true comfort grows from authenticity. As we close this journey through the world of tiny English cottages, let this serve as an invitation to bring a little of that magic into your own life. Whether through creating cozy corners, honoring daily rituals, or simply slowing your pace, you can cultivate the essence of cottage living anywhere. Thank you for joining us on Captivating Home. And remember to subscribe for more inspiration.